Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am T. I am gardening in New Orleans in zone 9B. Today I am going to check to see what seeds is waking up. I dropped some seeds 2 weeks ago, and now we're going to check to see who's germinating and who's not germinating. And I'm also going to be putting some pine straw down so I can protect my plants, because guys, it's getting so hot in New Orleans and we have to find a way to protect the plants. So yes. And okay guys, right here I did planted some peas. We got some peas right here germinating. They're coming out. When they do come out, they're going to go up this trellis right here. If you're not new to my channel, you know that I had an accident on my other videos. I pulled my peas up from the roots. So now this is some new set of peas I planted. I had to redeem myself and plant some more peas. Have some eggplant waking up. See that? That's some eggplants waking up. Hello, welcome to this world, eggplants. We also have our iceberg lettuce waking up. I had did a previous video, like a few videos back, about soaking your seeds, and these seeds I soak for 24 hours and they're waking up, guys. Look at that. They're waking up. See what we have over here. I have celery. I did plant some celery under here, and I do see a little germination. If you can see, it's really tiny. those little green little spots, that celery, they coming, y'all. It's gonna come. It's coming. I planted a few weeks back. They're not sprouting yet, guys. They're not sprouting yet. We still waiting. These grow bags right here, we have some basil waking up. We got some chives waking up. We got some sage waking up. We got some green onions waking up, and garlic as well. My zinnias is coming out, guys. Look at that. We got a bloom right here. Well, we got a bud right now. I'll say probably about next week that bloom will be coming out. And I feel like it's almost about time for me to harvest my potatoes, guys. This is a sign that your potatoes should be done when they're getting dry. This side too, the leaves is getting dry, so we're gonna harvest that. That's gonna be another time. Let's look in our cucumber bucket and see if anything waking up over here. Not yet, not quite, y'all. Not quite. Right here we have me and my daughter, we did planted some pumpkin seeds, and look at that. We got germination, guys. Let me give this one a little bit more help. See that pumpkin seed up there? And we also planted some corn. I see a germination right here. So this bed right here, definitely gonna get some pine straw. I'm going to put some pine straw on top of everything. I did put the pine straw on top of the watermelons. The watermelons is doing pretty well, guys. It's growing out. It's growing out. Waiting on some flowers, y'all. Straw in this raised bed with the pumpkins and the corn. And if you're worried about putting your the pine straw on top of your seedlings, it's okay. Your seedlings, the pine straw is really thin. It's really thin, but it is thick enough to keep that soil moist. I did put it on the tomatoes right here, and I put it on the grapes, and I put some under the blueberries, y'all. So yeah, and I will be putting some on these yo, I wanted to tell y'all this lemon tree is growing so good. This thing was so itty bitty, and it's growing, y'all. It's growing good. I knew it was something I wanted to share with y'all. If you new to gardening, and you started your seeds inside, just go ahead and wait till it get their true leaves and just plant them outside. Do not put them in a greenhouse because you will shock your seedlings because of the coolness in your house. Okay, you putting it by your window and your soil already trained for that temperature, and your seedlings already trained for that temperature. So when you transplanting and putting, not transplanting, but when you transfer your seedlings out the window inside of a cool house under 70 degrees and putting it in a greenhouse that's probably over 100 degrees, it will definitely shock. Just think about it. It will shock those poor little plants. And I learned the hard way, y'all. I learned the hard way. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what happened. I still have my seedlings in there. But the seeds I started is doing pretty good because I started them inside of the greenhouse. But the ones I transplanted from, the ones I put from out my window inside, they didn't do too well. They didn't do too well at all. So I'm going to turn it around. All right, guys. These corns right here, I started them indoors. And look at them. I started them indoors and I set them out here in the greenhouse and they died. Because they was used to a certain temperature indoors. And when you put them in another environment that's hotter, they will shock and they will die. So please don't do what I did. Now these corns right here, I planted these and they're already in the greenhouse. So the temperature of these corns is greenhouse temperature. They're not indoors. And something else is waking up. That kale back there is waking up. And I do see some basils waking up. These are all herbs. These are my herbs. I got basil, sage, dill. And if if you're interested in those videos on how I planted these inside of these cups, go check out my previous video, y'all. So yeah, I'm waiting on the bell peppers to come up. Cucumbers as well. The cucumbers, they died. See, they was coming up indoors, but I moved them just like the peas. The peas was coming up. I moved them and they died. So I will be using this soil again, y'all. I'm not wasting soil. That's another job I have to do. Go ahead and get this soil out of these cups and replant, y'all. And when I replant, they're going to be right either direct soil in my ground or in this greenhouse, y'all. I'm not planting anything indoors anymore because, y'all, them nets is crazy and they're getting bad. So that's one of the reasons why I got a greenhouse, because the nets inside of my house starting those seedlings was getting really bad. They was coming out of nowhere. They was everywhere in the house. So I got those seedlings out the house. I got a greenhouse for them right where they need to be. So yeah, guys, just make sure you don't make that mistake I did, y'all. And that was the ultimate mistake. I feel bad for the seedlings, but you know, y'all, I'm new at this, and you gotta learn. You have to learn. And that's one thing about me. I'm gonna learn, and when I learn and master it, I'm gonna share it with y'all. I'm gonna make sure y'all, this the corn. The corns was in the greenhouse. They're doing well. They had these brown leaves on it, y'all. They was struggling. So I had to hurry up and take them out of that hot greenhouse. And now look, y'all, they're growing new leaves. They're getting big and strong. This was the this right here was another sign that they was dying, but this gonna fall off. But look, in the middle, they're getting fresh leaves, and they're thriving, y'all. They're right next to the zinnias. They're thriving. That's 4 coins right there. All right, y'all. So, and then another thing I learned about these tomatoes, yo, these tomatoes, this pot right here, these pots right here is too small for these tomatoes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead on and transplant these tomatoes inside of a bigger, I'm gonna plant them inside of a bigger grow bag, because they're not growing. And I need these tomatoes to grow. They're slow growing, because reason being is because they're fighting for nutrition. And you don't want your plants to fight for nutrition. We want to give the plants all the nutrition it needs. And you can tell how these containers is the same length. This one is a little bit taller, but these containers is, you know, about the same. And we have one inside of this container, and this one is taller than this one, because this one got two tomato plants in it, and that's why this one is taller and more healthier than this one, because these two is fighting for nutrition, and we don't want that for our plants. So I'm gonna go ahead on and transplant these inside of a container right now. All right, so I'm gonna take, she got strong roots. Look at that. She got some good roots on her. She ready to come out of this little pot. See this little pot? She was ready to come out. So now it's time for her to thrive even more, guys. Even more. I'm going to save this tomato plant and plant her inside of a bigger grow bag, so she can thrive just like the rest of the tomato plants I have. So what I'm doing right here, I'm just fitting her size in the middle, and I'm just twisting it so that way when I take her out the pot, she can fit right in the hole. See? All right, there she go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some more soil on top. All right, guys, so that's it. That's all I have for right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up everything, putting everything where it go, get all my jugs, bring them in a place where it needs to be at, and y'all, I'll holler at y'all later. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace. Have a good night. Bye-bye.